Well, here we are. We've arrived just outside the farm shop to go and find what plums are growing in Northamptonshire. We're in Netherhayford, and I'm just going to swing round here. Stop and show you the cows just on the other side of the road. Well, now I have to stop and show you this because this is on the way to pick our plums. We've just pulled into the driveway, and this is very typically beautiful English countryside. And as you can see, you go up this wonderful driveway. I can't wait to see what's at the end of the driveway. Well, obviously I know there's plums and the orchards, and you can see just over here, you can see some orchards up on the hill. So I'll put the camera away and we'll get going. Well, we've arrived in the orchards over in Netherhayford, and as you can see, the plums are literally just all across these trees, and the children are having an absolute whale of a time in this wonderful, wonderful orchard. Oh, these plums are called Diana plums, and they are just, they're almost like huge grapes just falling down and tumbling across this branch in the sunlight, where they're just ripening here in the farm at Netherhayford. It's Creation Farm, who very kindly allowed me to come and film for the book Prepped for the plum chapter. I'm very much looking forward to taking these home. Now these are literally, tumbling off here.
They're all very ripe, need picking, and we'll have guys in here picking them in the next couple of days.
Right.
There's a lot of shops with big orders for these at the moment because they're selling so well.
And the colours, so I'm going to come back and do some photography of these, but the colours are absolutely amazing. And this is Excalibur?
Yeah, it's Excalibur. Not many people grow these, and it comes at the same time roughly as Victoria, so it takes a bit sometimes to get people to buy them, but when they taste them, generally they...
What's the difference between the Excalibur and the...
Yeah, the Victoria. These will grow bigger.
Yeah.
They're a lot stronger, the trees are a lot stronger, and they're easier to get to a good size. That's why we like them.
Right.
And the flavour's not that much different to Victoria, really.
So, and what, do you know how long these have been grown for? I mean, are these...
I'm not sure how long they've actually been around for, to be honest, no. But these trees are just about 20 years old.
So, I mean, it's worth putting a plum tree in the garden.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you're seeing these sort of crops after 20 years, I mean, it looks like even after sort of, how many years would you expect to see a plum tree fruiting?
we've got plum trees here which are 2-3 years old, and they've got a crop on them. So
right, well that's certainly worth putting.
Certainly 3 years you can get a reasonable crop of plums.
That's brilliant.
You can have that plum.
So do you have a lot of trouble with the bees and the wasps?
Yeah, quite a lot of problems this year with the wasps biting holes in the fruit. This is a plum called Diana, which looks ready, but is about a week away still.
That is just glorious.
Hello.
I'll look and see if I can come out of the...
Oh, can we eat them?
Try and get those on camera. And sorry, what are these called?
This is called Diana, which we only grow on our farm. No one else really has got it.
So it's unique to your farm.
Excuse me.
And which farm shops around Northamptonshire can we expect to find these?
All this fruit would be in most farm shops in Northamptonshire. Farndon Fields is just on the outskirts, that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
But then Smith's farm shop.
Yeah, in Boughton.
Yeah, there's Beckworth Emporium, which is stocking our fruit, and then lots of other ones like Skylark Farm Shop.
Are we allowed to eat a plum?
There's one called Boycott's Farm Shop, which is taking our fruit.
Where's Boycott's Farm
It's
Shop?
just over by Silverstone.
Are we allowed to eat a plum?
Yeah, that's fine. And then there's lots of greengrocers in Northampton, well, a few greengrocers in Northampton, and wholesalers are being supplied by us as well. So there's quite a lot of our fruit on market stalls.
And how long will they be in season for?
The plums will be in season for probably about another month.
Right.
And then the apples, will keep selling apples all the way through to the new year.
So what these Diane
Yeah.
What's their heritage? I mean, where are they from?
Well, it's a funny story with these Diana. They actually were, when we planted the trees, it was a mistake by the nursery.
A mistake?
They were meant to be Victorias. And so they came out as these purple plums, which are actually quite nice, so he was happy to have them.
So the Victorias are actually more pink than this, aren't they?
Yeah, a lot more pink and...
a little bit smaller?
They're not quite ready yet, but nearly. Smaller, and they certainly look totally different to these Dianas. We've got green.
And how do they taste, Libiana?
They're sharp, they're not ready yet.
And so, if I was making a chutney...
Very good with these ones.
Which ones do you think...
It's a good cooking plum.
Because they've got a little bit of sharpness to them, haven't they?
Yeah, it's very good for cooking. You can eat them, but they are quite sharp.
You can see they're just giving there.
Got green
Plenty of
gauges.
plums. Green gauges.
Green gauges just nearly ripe now.
And the trees are slightly different shapes as well, aren't they?
All different shapes. All require slightly different pruning.
Oh, I've just made green gauge jam. I'm sure that they were from your green gauge. Were they from your green gauges? Smith's Farm Shop?
Yeah. They take green gauges. And I'd say they're about probably start picking them in a few days' time.
So you were going to pick these first?
Yeah, a couple of days and they'll be ready.
Oh, lovely.
And then on the end is Marjorie.
What's Marjorie?
That's the last plum of the year, which is end of September, and that lasts for a few weeks. So it's a long storing plum.
A long storing plum, a purple one.
And should be getting a bit bigger because I've got a few more weeks on the tree.
So what's this called? Marjorie?
Marjorie seedling.
Right. And these are what, particularly good for any? Are they sweeter than the others?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say they're a reasonable eating plum.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the best thing about it is that it's late, and
right. So it extends
the season.
The season.
It's not quite as tasty as Victoria or Excalibur or something like
that. And so when do you first start picking the plums?
We first start with one called Herman, which is towards the end of July.
Do you have a plum?
And then on to Opal.
So and Herman is finished now?
Herman is well finished, yeah.
Right.
Herman and Opal are all gone. And we're on to Excalibur and just about to start Victorias and Green Gauge. They
do look absolutely stunning. I mean, we could be, I know we're in England, but we could be in Kent.
They grow brilliant here. Yeah.
Is this south facing?
Yeah, this is going down towards the south, southeast sort of facing. It's like very good for fruit growing.
And do you treat them with any pesticides or anything like that?
We have to spray the plums a couple of times a year to control codling moth, and that's it.
Codling moth.
Yeah.
Is that something?
But it is something we're looking to control with a trap rather than have to spray.
And so they're a moth that eat these?
They're a moth which will they'll put the maggot in a plum. So they lay an egg on it.
Okay.
And so that's really when we...
Yeah, no, spray away.
We have to stop, really.
Yeah, no, maggots and these plums. Just trying to get the light in the right direction on here. I have to... That's brilliant.